Hi, Beatrice. Hi, how are
Hello,
you?
I'm good. How are you doing tonight?
Thanks. Hi, guys. How are you all doing? I hope you're all having a great week. Um, it's good to see you all again. Thank you for joining me. My name is Gina, and welcome to my page. Beatrice, welcome to my page. Okay, so guys,
Thank you.
today I have invited Beatrice here. Beatrice is actually a colleague at work, and I have been trying to invite her, and finally today she has joined me. So, Beatrice, I'm very excited to. I'm excited that you've been able to honor this invitation. How is your
I'm
day
excited.
going? How are you? How is everything? You excited? That's good.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so I get started.
Okay. Yeah. So, Beatrice, tell us about yourself. Where are you originally from?
So I was born in Vancouver, and then when I was a couple months old,
Mhm.
my family moved back to Germany. So I grew up in Germany my whole life until high school graduation, and then I moved back to Canada, and now I'm studying at UBC in Vancouver. Yes.
Okay. Nice. So, when did you move to Canada again?
That was 2019, I believe. So, is it
19.
4 years ago? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you lived in Germany your whole life. You went to
Yes.
kindergarten and everything in Germany, and then right after high school you came to Canada.
Yes.
Okay. How was
Exactly.
Germany? How was Germany? Just tell us something exciting about Germany.
Something exciting.
Mhm.
Um, um, I mean, I do love my culture and just hang out with
What
German
else?
people. They're very different from Canadian people, I have to say. Like there was a culture
How
shock
so?
when I first got here because German people are very serious and like very straightforward and they do tell you if they don't like something and like
Okay.
very honest, right? That's just
Hmm.
very normal to us personally. And
Okay.
here in Canada, they're very like people are very outgoing and very friendly. Like you're always
Yeah.
greeted with a very warm smile. You would not really have that in Germany necessarily.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
but I also feel like people don't really tell you what they're thinking when you first meet them, right? Like you meet someone and then you enjoy chatting with them, but they're not very straightforward as German people would be, I think. But they
Mm.
are still very nice people. I do enjoy just living here, and like people are more relaxed and laid back here for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that's what excites you about Germany. Like people are straightforward.
No, no. Of course, the culture too, and of course, my family is in Germany, so I do
What
have
about
my
the
roots in
food and
Germany. And
everything?
the
What
food,
about the
yes, of
food as
course, the
compared?
beer, very important. Um,
Okay, wait. So let's do something real quick. How
right.
would you compare the Canadian food and the German food?
Hmm. So I don't really know what Canadian food is to begin with. Um, like
That's
living in
because all of the
Vancouver, you have I guess Canadian food would be considered something like hamburger, fries, salmon, potato.
fries,
I don't
yeah,
really, yeah.
yeah,
German food. Oh, definitely. For example, the cheese is a big difference here compared to Germany. So I
yeah.
don't know if you like cheese a lot. Do you enjoy
I love
cheese?
cheese. I like cheese from France. I
Mhm.
personally believe that France have the best cheese in the world.
They
That's what.
have the best cheese.
Yeah,
And
that's
the hometown I'm from, so I used to live in the south part of Germany, that Black Forest, and it's
okay.
like an hour drive from the French border and the Swiss border. So
Hmm.
sometimes what my family and I used to do just drive to over the Swiss border, the France border, and then just buy cheese from France. And it's the best cheese I've ever
Hmm.
had, actually. And then coming
Okay.
to Canada and Vancouver, first of all, the food is way more expensive here. If you want to buy, like, grocery shopping is so much more expensive compared to Europe.
Is it?
So that was a cultural shock as
Yeah,
well for me.
yeah.
Yeah. So you really have to think what you want to buy. And then especially stuff like cheese is also very expensive here. So that was very sad because I love cheese, and then coming here and then the cheese is not the same compared to
Well,
France,
that's
right?
okay. That's okay. Enough about the cultural shock and all of that. Okay, so tell us about your journey to Canada. I know, so you rightly mentioned that you were born in Canada and then you were taken back to Germany. When you were applying for universities here, why did you come to Canada? Why did you not, choose any other country? Was it because you obviously have your Canadian visa, or why did you really choose to come to Canada?
So the first off, I have the Canadian passport, so I'm also Canadian. I have two
Okay.
passports, a German one and a Canadian one. And of course, it's easier for me to just travel to Canada instead of going to another country where I have to apply for a visa and then go through that whole procedure. And I can also apply as a
Yeah.
domestic student in Canada, which I did. That helps a lot with
Mhm.
tuition fees, to be honest. Um,
Oh yeah. All
and
right. So you're not paying as much as we the international students.
yeah, so international students pay almost triple the student fees, right, compared to
Yeah.
domestic students.
Yeah.
So that makes a big difference. And
Yeah.
I was born in Vancouver, so I really wanted to go back to where I'm from. And Vancouver was the first choice in that regard. And the
Okay.
university I'm studying at, UBC, is also very famous for their engineering program. So
Oh, so
that was
you're
also
yeah.
something I was looking forward to. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Okay. Well, so you're doing engineering in UBC.
Yes.
How is it
Yes.
going? How is studying engineering, going?
So it's very interesting because if you remember, I came to Vancouver 2019, and then so
Mhm.
I had my first term was all at UBC. I started studying in English. That was also very difficult for me at first because you're used to studying in German, and like all the vocabulary is still German, and then you go to Canada and then suddenly everything is in English, and
Yeah.
like all the math classes, physics classes, chemistry classes in English, you have to start. So I had to study for my classes, but I also had to relearn all the vocabulary, right? So that was a bit tough at first. And engineering at UBC, you have to take a lot of classes in first year. So
Mhm.
I was taking 6 classes in first term. So
Okay.
my timetable was just packed. And of course, you meet a lot of new people. It was very exciting for me. And then second term, COVID started, so everything went online, right? So
Yeah.
my second year at UBC was all online basically. And that was a very interesting experience because you're just sitting in front of your laptop 8 hours a day and just like watching
Yes.
lectures, and that was interesting for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So you mean
Yeah, so
studying, I mean, back in Germany. So did you mean, are you trying to say that you didn't have the chance to study the English language at all? Like everything started when you came to Canada?
Oh, no, no, no. So in
Okay.
Germany, it's mandatory to take English when you, even in kindergarten, it start teaching you English words.
Okay.
So it's like
That
a
is
very basic requirement. Yeah,
language. Okay.
yeah.
So it was
So I,
challenging for you when you came to Canada, was it?
it's just like it was challenging, but I did have some knowledge of English before. So I took English in high school. That was a great help to just like survive the first couple of weeks.
Mhm.
I just find it's difficult to not learn in your native language. It takes longer. It just takes longer, but you get used to
Yeah,
it.
that's fair.
After a couple of weeks, it
Mhm.
was fine. Yeah.
Mhm. That's good. And 6 courses, that's a lot. Because like when I came to school in Canada, no, there was no way I could, combine 6 courses at the same time. No. In a semester. That is too much for me. I was doing like three every semester. Yeah, so six I'm just will be very tiring. Wow.
Some even take
Well,
7 courses at once. So
wow.
like yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, back home, when I was in university back home, that is what I used to do. right? Yeah, we used to do like 6 courses, 7 courses, but over here, well, I think it's because of the tuition that I was paying because I came as an international student, so that was a lot for me. So there was no way I could, do 6 courses at the same time. Yeah. Okay. So finally, I mean, you're doing your engineering program. Even though you were born in Vancouver, you came back and it was a whole new educational system for you. How was the classes like? How were you able to immerse yourself in the in Canadian education?
So
Was it
compared to my,
yeah, yeah,
you
as
go on, go
compared
on.
to, yeah, as compared to studying in, I know you didn't go to university in Germany, but like, when you're studying, sometimes you're able to see the difference. The system of education in every country, is like, it's quite different from all other countries, right? So I'm just asking how do you see overall, how will you measure the Canadian education?
So of course I only have the university experience, Canadian university experience, and my German high school experience. But
Mm,
I've also heard from my German friends, they go to German universities, that in Germany, once you graduate high school, you're more on your own. So you go to
mhm,
classes in university, you go to the lectures, but the professors will just, they will not take your hand and like lead you through everything. And here in Canada, actually, at UBC at least,
mhm,
they do try to help you a lot. So if you struggle, the system is very supportive of you. So you can always find help. You can always ask for help. At least at UBC, that is my experience, my personal experience. And
mm.
I think as long as you put effort into studying here, you will manage to do well for sure. So
Yeah,
they
you
give you the
managed.
resources to do well for sure. Yes.
Okay, so what would you say are some of the challenges you're facing studying in Canada, or your current courses that you're taking in school? What will be some of the major challenges you're facing?
So for
Have you encountered
engineering, at
any?
least, yeah.
Mhm.
As I said, I'm taking 6 classes a term, or 7 sometimes even. And
Yeah.
it's just like a lot of workload. It's just you have assignments all the time. You have midterms every week, and then you just have to continuously study for them.
Hmm.
I don't know how it is for other degrees, but it's like it's pretty rough in that regard. So you have to have good time management for those things.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's always important to have good friends to support you for sure. So during
Yeah.
that time without my friends, I think I would have gone crazy. But you get used to it. You get your own rhythm, right? And then at some point, it's just normal. And then I think first year was the biggest challenge for me to just get used to university life. And then, you go to another country, then you don't have your family around anymore. And you just have to kind of figure out your life on your own. And then you have
Mhm.
to take classes and study and then do well eventually, right?
Mhm. So is it that you
Yeah.
do not have any family here in Canada?
No, no, I was here. I was lucky because my older sister also studies at UBC.
Okay.
So she was already here for a year. And then I came to Canada. So I had someone that I could turn to if I had questions or if I struggled with something. Yeah.
So it's just your sister. You do not have any like external family here.
No, no, not really. I think both my parents are German, so all my
Mm,
family from Germany is in Germany. Yes.
okay. So have you ever traveled to before you came to Canada? Have you ever traveled to any other country besides, Canada and Germany?
Oh, definitely. You know how Europe is pretty small compared to Canada, and I
Okay.
said I'm 1 hour drive from France and 1 hour drive from Switzerland. So I've been to
Oh,
Switzerland,
yeah.
I've
So
been
you
to
used.
France, I've been to Italy. I have, yeah, the classic European experience, right?
Yeah, good
Um,
for you.
Another. So I also actually traveled to Japan and China once. That was very exciting.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay. So I believe yours will be. I mean, your experience is pretty easy because most people that
Yeah.
I invite here are like international students who do not really have anybody when they're
Hmm.
traveling. But I think you're a Canadian and you came and everything. I'll say it's a little bit easier as compared to um, international students, right?
Sure,
So what are you
yes.
planning after school? What will you be doing? Will you stay here or will you? I mean, I know you're working at my place, but are you still gonna be in Canada or you're looking at moving to a different city, country?
It's a very good question. So for now, I'm planning obviously to finish my degree, finish my 4th year, and
Mhm.
then I think it depends on where I can get a good job, to be honest. So if I find something that is very interesting to me and that I really want to pursue that is in Vancouver, I'll probably stay here. But if I
Okay.
find something in Germany that is just for me, I would probably move back. So I'm very open in that regard. I'm not sure yet
Okay.
where I want to go.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Nice. That's nice. Well, yours was pretty easy, like I'm saying. I do not have so much questions to ask you, honestly, because I mean, yeah, you're a Canadian, and so
I'm Canadian. Yeah, I think I know that I had a very easy going. Like my experience moving to another country is probably one of the easiest because
Mhm.
I have the citizenship and I already have someone here I can turn to. Yeah. But yeah, I can tell. I think if I were an international student, this whole experience would have been a bit more difficult for me,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Good for you. Okay, Beatrice. I think that will be it then. Yeah, probably next time we can talk about something that, I mean, a particular topic that you would want to discuss or you would want to, share your opinion on that. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, but for now, I think we are good. Yeah, because I think you have answered everything, and there isn't so much to ask, unless of course you have
Mm.
something else you want to talk about.
For now, no, not really.
Yeah. Okay. So is Canada a country where you would recommend that people should travel for studies?
Travel to Germany if you want to study, I think, because German, even international student fees are very cheap. Yeah, it's cheap
Cheap.
to study in
Oh,
Germany. Yeah,
okay.
and then
Okay.
living
Oh,
costs are also way cheaper, right?
okay. Hmm.
The only
I mean,
problem is sorry,
no,
most
no, go
universities in
ahead.
Germany are in German, so it's easier if you know German, of course. But if you happen to know German, then try that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Canada, not every city is expensive. I know that Vancouver is expensive, Toronto is expensive, but when you have to go to places like our provinces like Alberta, it's quite okay. Yeah, when you want to live in places like that, it's easy. Yeah, the standard of living will be a little bit cheaper for you. Yeah. So yeah, guys, this is Beatrice, and it's good to have you, Beatrice, and I'm excited that you showed up today.
Thank
Yeah.
you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you've come to my show. And that's the most
Yeah.
important thing. Yeah. And I'm excited to have you here. So I think that will be it for now.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good evening.
You
Bye.
too. Bye bye.